Thank you for your patience while I've been finding the structure of this channel. And also the way I want to share my personal prayers, my weekly scripts, and readings from the Wisdom of the Universe by Neil Donald Walsh. What you will start to notice is that I am grounding all of it a little more clearly now. The prayers, the readings, and the reflections are all being organized through the lens of nervous system patterns. Because this is what I keep seeing in real life and not just in theory. It's what has helped me and continues to help me integrate awareness more fully. It's what has helped me and continues to help me close loops. It's what has helped me and continues to help me notice the difference between insight that feels meaningful in the moment and insight that actually changes the way I live. So, as this channel continues to take shape, that is the direction I am moving it. Less obstruction, less performance, more grounding, more structure. More honesty about what actually helps something land in the body and become usable. That doesn't take away from a prayer for me. That doesn't take away from the readings from the book for me. That doesn't take away from sharing my experience. So if anything, all of that makes it more real. It makes it more responsible, more lived, more integrated. So thank you for being here while I let this become what it's becoming. The prayer that I want to share with you today, it regulates the pressure to explain everything before you trust it. It addresses overfunctioning, subtle control, grief, and a nervous system habit of tightening around what feels true, but not yet fully named. For women who have survived by staying alert, naming can become a form of bracing. This prayer interrupts that. Not by becoming vague, not by becoming passive, but by returning to a cleaner order. This is not prayer as escape. This is not prayer as dependence. This is prayer as governance. Because sometimes the most regulated thing you can do is stop forcing definition and stay in right relationship with what is already guiding you. There is a difference between being guided and becoming dependent on guidance. A mature prayer does not ask to be removed from responsibility. It organizes responsibility. It separates what is yours from what is not yours. It returns you to sequence, to placement, to the next honest response. For me, that is where prayer becomes useful. Not when it makes me feel elevated, when it makes me accurate. In Kabbalistic language, you could say this is the movement from distortion back into order, from grasping back into receiving, from fragmentation back into alignment. Not because you disappeared into God, because you stopped arguing with what was already true. If you're ready, I'm gonna share the prayer with you. Creator of life, source of light, I come here not to perform understanding, not to force certainty, not to make myself more worthy of what already breathes through me. I come back to order. If there is guidance in me, let me respond to it cleanly. If there is wisdom already placed within me, let me stop overriding it. If there is love that has carried me this far, let me reorganize it without turning it into fantasy. I do not need to name everything to stand in right relationship with it. I do not need to define what guides me in order to respond with integrity. Where I have turned discernment into pressure, soften me. Where I have turned prayer into monitoring, steady me. Where I have confused vigilance with devotion, correct me. Let my inner world come back into arrangement. Let what is mine be clear. Let what is not mine fall away. Let my mind stop reaching past the next honest step. If fear rises, let me not worship it. If grief rises, let me not organize my life around it. If memory rises, let me bless what it taught me without giving it authority over this moment. Teach me to receive without collapsing. Teach me to act without forcing. Teach me to stay open without losing structure. May your light not become an idea I hide inside. May it become order in my body, clarity in my speech, restraint in my timing, and honesty in my action. If I have always been responding to something stable within me, let me trust that pattern now. Not to become special, not to become certain of everything, but to remain faithful to what is true. I release the need to explain the whole path. I accept the responsibility of the next step. I let prayer return me to alignment. I let alignment return me to action. I let action remain clean. I am here. I am listening. I am not behind. I am not abandoned. I do not need to brace to respond. Amen. Notice if you're trying to decode this prayer perfectly. Notice if part of you is asking, but what exactly is guiding me? How do I know for sure? What if I get it wrong? What is the correct definition? That is the over-functioning pattern. It believes clarity must be total before action can be clean. It believes safety comes from full explanation. But that's not regulation, that is strain. Come back to this. You do not need a final definition. You need an honest response. Not the whole map, just the next right movement. That's governance. When you stop forcing explanation, the body stops preparing for argument. The breath deepens. The jaw releases. Attention narrows to what is actually happening now. This is nervous system stabilization through accurate placement, not through self-soothing performance, through reduced internal conflict. So here's the integration. For the next 24 hours, when your mind tries to over-define what you already know, return to one sentence. I do not need to define what guides me. I just need to keep responding to it. Then identify one clean action in front of you. Do that action without rush, without over-explaining it, and without adding 3 more responsibilities behind it. Let that be the prayer in motion. If this is lending, stay with me.